Hello and welcome, YouTube friends. Today is Friday, the 27th, I think. Yeah, it must be 27th. It's about 2 p.m.-ish, a little after perhaps, on a grey autumn day in Copenhagen. This season, on my walking tours channel, this season on Walkerfoot, we've been around. We've been to Sweden, we've been to Bulgaria, we've been to France, Germany. We've seen beautiful gardens, we've seen different castles. So today is about preparing you guys for the coming season. The next season, well, for the next, 4 or 5 months, it won't be as adventurous. Like I've mentioned before, that during these winter months, I won't have as much free time to go traveling, and won't be able to go because of the darkness, as we've talked about earlier. I won't be able to go on as many adventures because I won't have a huge time window to film in. So today's walk is to prepare you guys for the next season is going to be more walks in the quote-unquote regular neighborhoods in the Copenhagen area, and not as adventurous as the last 6 months. So I think that's going to be the thing about this walking tour channel, that in the summer period we can go on bigger adventures, we can see all the castles, maybe even travel a little bit, and in the winter months it will be more quote unquote regular neighborhoods. So where am I today? Well, I'm in a regular neighborhood, that's where. I'm just going to check something down this street. If I remember correctly, there's some older buildings down here that might interest some of you. But I'm in a part of Copenhagen that's called Valby. It's in the, if I remember my geography correct, it's in the southwest corner of Copenhagen, just outside what you would consider the central part of Copenhagen. So it is much more residential out here. Yeah, these were actually the buildings I wanted to show you. I've been working a lot this week, so I haven't had time to read in great detail about this part of town, but what I do know a few things. I know people have been living here since ancient times, and I know it's been a town or a city, if you will, for about 1,000 years. I would say maybe 1100 something, so almost. And in newer history, this is the part of town that in the 1860s, 70s, that Carlsberg, as some of you probably know, the brewery, was founded in this part of town. In the early beginnings of Carlsberg, it was inside in the small streets of Copenhagen. But if I remember correctly, the son of the original brewer before it was called Carlsberg, he moved the brewery out to this neighborhood, Valby, because he had ambitions of expanding. And I guess now, almost 200 years later, 180 years later or something, I guess his ambitions paid off. We're not, though, gonna visit the Carlsberg grounds today, but we will at some point, because they're actually, I think I might have mentioned it briefly in an earlier walking tour. They're building a new, what should we call it, a new neighborhood at the grounds of the old Carlsberg. It's called Carlsberg Byen, well, called Carlsberg Town, City, I think is the rough translation of that. And what I'm happy about is that they're leaving a lot of the old Carlsberg stuff, the old Carlsberg buildings. Yes, they are building new high-rises and stuff as well, but what could be saved, old building-wise, is being saved. So they're still constructing it. That's why I haven't been there on a walking tour yet, because there's still it's still a bit messy there, a lot of cranes and stuff. But my gut feeling is it's going to be a really cool part of town, because already now, even though it's not finished, they're already popping up great restaurants and bars and stuff, bakeries, what have you. So I think there's a good chance it might be a cool new neighborhood, and for sure a really expensive new neighborhood for the select few, I guess. So as you can see here, as is happening in a lot of places of Copenhagen, the kind of old part we just went through, and which is being saved. But right around the corner where we are now, everything is new and being built here too, so there's a lot of construction here as well. I guess that's typical in a lot of places of Copenhagen. So yeah, you can expect more of this for the next few months, that it's just quote-unquote regular neighborhoods. Like I said, it's difficult for me to go on further adventures in the coming season. But hopefully we'll have a good time anyways. I know that some of you are not only interested in the touristy parts, which is what we have seen most of so far on my channel, but some of you actually are interested in seeing, well, the real, or so to speak, Copenhagen. There's a bakery over here that I quite like. Let me think which way. Let's go this way. Not too many years ago, I guess this was considered a suburb. But I think the city is growing, so I think you have to go a little bit further out for it to be considered a suburb. But we are on the outskirts, any way you want to cut it. And if you do want a townhouse or something like this in Copenhagen, even though we are on the outskirts, believe you me, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. I must admit, I do really like the autumn season. Colors are changing, smells are changing. It's getting a little colder. It's quite nice. It's just impractical with the darkness, like I've talked about earlier, filming wise, because I have such a small window in the next 5-6 months to go filming. But I guess we'll find out a way to solve it. It'll work out fine. And if you follow the channel, you can follow the seasons as well. I guess it's like regular life in the summer season. I guess it's normal. Go traveling a little bit, go on adventure a little bit, and in the winter season you just buckle down and get through it. Yeah. What about you guys? What's your favorite season? And where are you from? I mean, is it actually winter like in the north here, or when it's winter at your place, or what do you feel about the seasons? What's your favorite? Because actually summer is not my favorite season. I'm not a big fan of heat. So I think actually it might be autumn. That's my favorite season. And after that, maybe spring. I guess I like change. I know most people don't, but I think in the winter it gets dark and depressing after a while. And in the summer it gets too hot for me. So I like spring and autumn because it kind of, well, things are changing in those two seasons. I really like that. It's gonna be jolly difficult finding some interesting thumbnails for this walk today. And also it might be a short walk today because this neighborhood is not humongous. Yeah, you guys, I know I've asked a couple of times, and I might continue asking until some of you surrenders and answers. But you prefer a short walking tours, like 20 minutes, or would you rather go to, I don't know, 45 or an hour or something? If you have any preference, please let me know in the comments. what you prefer. I live very central inside Copenhagen. So for me, walking out here, it's like holy moly, it's so quiet. It's so weird. Where I live, it's almost never quiet. Well, I guess you get used to that somehow. So when you're in a place like this that's more quiet, it's like, oh, it's almost scary. Yeah. A lot of people, when they grow older, I know I might be generalizing now, but tend to move out of the city and into the more quieter parts of the cities people live in, at least people I know. But for me, it's like I kind of like the chaos, the dynamics of living in a city. I think I've tried actually living in for a while I lived in Greenland working, and I mean, I liked the work and I liked the people I was working with. It was great and it was a great experience, but I could not permanently live in a place like that. I need the chaos, I need culture, food, museums, concerts, exhibitions and stuff like that. That's what I'm interested in, that's what I need. So even though it was a great experience, oh, what's that kind of building over there? Oh, I don't know if I can catch it with my camera here. Perhaps it's an old church or something. I don't know. Let's head in that direction. As you probably already know by now, if you followed my channel for a little while, is I'm very easily distracted. I might be saying something, trying to make a point, and something catches a gleam of my eye and I completely forget what I was saying. Hang on. Picture for the old Instagram. There we go. Let me back up a little. Maybe I can use this as a thumb. We'll see. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh man. Well, me being easily distracted, I guess it fits well with, kind of loving living in the city with all the chaos and the noise and stuff. I think moving to the countryside, I would be completely bored within 2 days or something. I guess that's why the silence is kind of scary for me. I mean, it's a nice neighborhood out here, sure, but I don't think it's for me. is the church? Oh wait, hang on. Construction here, I don't want to get run over, hang on. I just wanted to get a shot of the whatever kind of building this is, but I don't think, hang on, let's spend a second go looking at it, but I don't think there's gonna be anything interesting though, but just as long as we're here. Yeah, no, not that interesting. Anyways. It's also easier to come up with stuff to say when I'm out walking alone. When I walk in the older part of the city where there's more historical stuff I can research. Walking in a neighborhood like that, this is well, for me at least, there might be a lot of stuff to say if you're a local history buff. I mean, I like history, but I wouldn't say I'm a history buff. But as per usual, if you do know something about this neighborhood, please feel free to share with us. But yeah, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised. I had a look the other day. I had a look at my channel to watch, because I'm coming up on a year now doing this. Actually, next month or something. So I was having a look over the videos I've shot during the past almost year. So we've been around. So yeah, I was quite pleasantly surprised about that. I mean, traveling, and we've been to Ireland as well. I didn't even mention that in the beginning, did I? I don't think so. Well, we've been Sweden, Bulgaria, Ireland, France, Germany. Yeah, it's been pretty cool actually. I know I haven't been speaking on my videos for that long yet, but I think I'm gonna continue doing it. I think I am gonna continue doing it, yeah. All right, I missed this mural. Maybe another picture for the old Instagram. Maybe this could be a thumb. Let's see. Nah, it's gonna be jolly difficult finding a good thumbnail for this walking tour today. But everything will probably work out fine. But I think we are coming to the end of this walking tour, since I guess this area is not much Doesn't have much but construction right now. Well, this is an interesting name for a cafe. Yeah. Alright, yeah, this is just an empty parking space. I think we're gonna maybe end the video up on this. What is this, a dog or a cow on a skateboard or something? But other than that, guys, I just want to wish you an amazing weekend. And as per usual, hit all the buttons, enjoy yourselves, and thank you for hanging out. Bye bye.